All right, I just wanted to just touch on a couple of subjects here. One thing I wanted to open up with speaking about was, yesterday I was at the store, right, and I was in like the clearance aisle there, so I was, looking at something there, and I noticed there was a person at like the end of the aisle. They were acting a little strange. I was like, well, what the hell is this person doing? And I'm watching them, and apparently what they were doing was they had like a bag of candy there, and they opened the bag and they would take a couple pieces out every couple minutes, and eat out of it. Then they'll put the bag back, and then they'll look around the aisle so they don't seem suspicious. You know what I'm saying? So I was sitting there watching that, the woman for a couple minutes, and which I didn't say nothing about it. I didn't mention nothing to her about it. I didn't mention anything to the employees in the next aisles over. The reason why, of course, is even though it's wrong to to steal, but you have to be compassionate at times. Certain people right now, don't got money to buy food. So it's the more polite thing to do in the circumstance, or the right thing to do in the circumstance, is to just ignore it and pretend you didn't see nothing. That's the right thing to do in the circumstance. And it's not like, a $3 bag of candy is going to affect, a multi, $1 billion industry like Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Now it would be different if I saw somebody trying to steal, like a home good or something like that, some type of like gift card or, computer electronic. Of course, if you see that, you'll say something. But, when it's food, that's slightly different because, it's not like people are trying to, risk um, their lives or what's the word I'm looking for? Risk the possibility of going to jail, right? Risk the possibility of going to jail over a $5, um, food product, right? Because if you get caught, that's your ass right there. So again, it's not like people are just trying to risk being put in jail for no reason just to save $5. No, these people, are on their ass. These people, shit. Some of these people don't even got $5 in their wallet. That's the level of poverty, that people are facing out here, man. Again, it's a damn shame. That here it is, in the richest country in the world. You got people out here going to bed hungry at night. You can't go anywhere without, seeing these, the fundraisers or signs, about. I seen one the other day about, I believe it said that 1 in 4 kids, right, 1 in 4 children in the United States goes to bed hungry at night. So again, that shouldn't be happening, in the richest country on earth. But it is, and why is that? Because this place is in her decline, right? America, Mystery Babylon the Great. She's in her decline right now. And shit, man. I was looking at the store when I was there the other day, man, and it's insane how expensive some of the shit is there, man. Like I was looking at a mini box of pound cakes. Keep in mind, I said a mini box. I'm talking like what? I'm talking like 4 mini pound cakes, and they were like $6 for a box of four of them. I was like, oh shit. Whereas 3 years ago that used to be $2.50, $3, right? $2.50 to $3 for the same product just 2 or 3 years ago. Now it's all the way up to about $6. And that's just a small example. So it's like, on something small like that, it's already, nearly double the price. It's like, so how the hell are people out here surviving? And the answer is they're not. People out here are, struggling, just to get by. But meanwhile, you got people out here, wasting their money on worthless shit. You got people out here, like, go on Amazon, look up something called golden toilet paper. There's literally toilet paper made of gold, right? Gold sheets. that you can buy on Amazon that's worth like $1 million. Look it up. And worthless shit like that. Or another one. I seen this one thing a couple months back about how somebody was at McDonald's and they got a McNugget that was in the shape of like a character from a video game called Among Us. And then he turned it around and they sold it online for $100,000. Like, I'm not even joking around. It literally sold for $100,000. Look it up. It's like shit. People out here have so much money that they can throw out an entire. I mean, shit. How much money? 100,000. And a lot of people are not making 100,000 out here. Shit. I only make. I'm not even. No, I'm not really making anything right now. No, I remember growing up, man. We'd be lucky if we'd be bringing in, 15,000 a year. As I said, really bad, man. But there's people out here that are rolling in that cash that can drop 100 G, right, 100 grand on, literally a chicken nugget, like one chicken nugget. Again, it's unbelievable. It seems as if, for whatever reason, it seems as if the the people who have money are always stupid people. Not all the time, of course, but it just seems like that people are just the people that have money. A lot of them are not smart, so they'll waste their money without even thinking about it. That's why I mentioned on a few videos back that it's a known fact that out of 10 people who win, or let's just say 5 people, right? 5 people who win the lottery, 4 out of the 5 will be broke within like the first 5 years. It's a fact, right? That out of 5 people that win the lottery, 4 out of 5 of them will be broke within the first 5 years of winning that money. And why is that? Because people don't know how to, manage their money. People out here, they just, buy for the feeling it gets. It makes you feel good to go out to the store and purchase, 10 new items that you didn't have before. It makes you feel good doing that. But that's why, I personally follow these guys on YouTube called, what are these guys? The Minimalists? These guys, what's their name? Joshua Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus. You can look them up. I like their teachings on the subject. Now, they call it minimalism, which I have a couple books on it as well. But, it's about, living with less, right? Living with a little stuff. That doesn't mean that you just have to own, like, 2 boxes of shit and that's all. No, I don't mean that. But, you don't need to have, 100 or 50 boxes of items that you own. You don't need that. That's, that's a bit much right there. So it just practically makes sense off of the start to live with less, and it also can financially help too, because you can save up money by not going out and just purchasing everything with the extra cash you might have on the side. So look into that if you're not familiar with it. But yeah, man, it's crazy the shit that's going on out here, man. And the thing that boggles my mind is that, I see people in the comment sections, sitting there like, I don't get, why people think things are bad right now. Like, I don't get, like, what is so different now compared to, like, say, 10, 20 years ago? I'm thinking to myself, it's like, what the hell? Either the person, either they're not paying attention, they're just blindly believing whatever they hear on the internet or whatever they hear by the social media, and just not paying attention to what's going on, man. Because everybody out here, is hurting. That's why I was watching the other day. There's something on TikTok, right? Which I don't use TikTok. I was just watching a compilation someone took from it and put it on YouTube about people complaining about, their financial difficulties, man. You got people all over the world, you know, that's, um, that's going through the hardest time in their life, to put it into, simple to understand terms. And it's a dire situation right now, but guess what? People are not going to be willing to live like this forever. They're not going to be willing to live, paycheck to paycheck forever. Why these, billion-dollar corporations, the CEOs of these corporations are out living and enjoying life. Meanwhile, the average person can be lucky if they'll get, 1 or 2 days out of a year to go on a vacation with their family. People are not going to be willing to live like that for much longer. People are going to get mad. And when people get mad, that's when they start to go and burn down the homes and explode the vehicles of these CEOs that are, high up in this society. And not only that, we got other people who, run under other businesses and, other ways that they've made money. But guess what? It don't matter how you made the cash. The fact of the matter is that if somebody is, broke and don't have nothing, and they see that you're doing okay, they're gonna get mad at you for that. Even if you didn't physically do anything to them, they're still gonna get pissed off. And that's just a fact. That's just how it works. And eventually, there's gonna come a time where people are gonna lash out because they're tired of the disconnect. They're tired of how these group of people, they get to live in luxury, but why all of us are struggling. We're going to bed hungry at night, not having enough to pay our internet bills, never being able to have money to do anything. There's coming a point where all hell's going to break loose out here. People are going to go and burn the Capitol building. Where people are going to go and target police stations. People are going to go to these millionaire homes and throw Molotov, cocktails through the windows. That's going to happen very soon, man. And that's a good thing. Why? Because that lines up with them prophecies. Was that Second Ezra the 15th chapter, Second Ezra the 16th chapter, and that's the time that we're coming into now. Right? Nearly paraphrasing it, but it says, the people's power is they're gonna stand in their own power against the governments. Meaning what? They're not gonna listen to what they're told. They're gonna, fight against them. That's what's coming very soon. We see it. The writing's on the wall now. It might not be today, it might not be this year, it might not be next year, but it's coming very soon. There's an order to prophecies. It just doesn't happen overnight. Like I remember going back like 2 years ago to this incident that happened over with Israel and Gaza, right? For like 11 days, they were shooting rockets back and forth at one another, and people were going around thinking, well, this is the end, right? This is the start of World War III. But then they, signed an agreement where they ceasefired, and now it's not calm over there now, but it's, they're not shooting rockets back and forth. But there was a guy in my comic board, I still remember him, 2 years later, and he said, it's like, man, I really thought that was going to be it. I was excited because I really thought, this was it. I thought, this was going to be World War III and lead up to Christ's return, so he was like, bummer. And I was thinking to myself, it's like, well, the truth is, man, is that, when you deal with the prophecies, they take time to happen, right? Things take time to happen. They don't just happen overnight. So with that whole incident, we knew that it wasn't going to be the end all be all there because there's certain things in the Bible that have to happen before, these nations destroy each other with those nuclear weapons. It will happen in the future according to the Bible, but that's not today. Not even this week, not even this month. And how do we know that? Because there's certain prophecies that have to happen, like the mark. That's not on a global scale yet. That has to happen. So again, there's an order to how it works.